Now, if you guys remember a little while back, there were headlines about the odd friendship between 20-year-old Addison Rae and 41-year-old Kourtney Kardashian. And now once again, the pair are making headlines thanks to the Kardashian family playing detective and trying to get to the bottom of things once and for all. Some would say this is a little ridiculous and an invasion of privacy, while others feel it may be necessary. I feel what they did to Addison was a little messed up, but I'll let you guys decide for yourself who's in the right when all is said and done. Today we'll be explaining Addison Rae and Kourtney Kardashian's relationship right now on IO. Smash that like button and let's have ourselves a video, folks. Dating back to the summer of 2020, after being introduced through David Dobrik of all people, Kourtney Kardashian and Addison Rae apparently appeared to hit it off. They became good friends. And ever since, the two have appeared to be almost inseparable, with both Addison and Kourtney posting photos, videos, and all sorts of content on their various social media platforms. The two made headlines when Kourtney posted a photo of herself and Rae sitting poolside, which initially had people commenting about their age difference. Although Kourtney responded to a fan saying she's taking suggestions as to where else they should hang out, it seems the two weren't very concerned with the public's opinion about their friendship, as they really shouldn't be. I mean, yeah, there's a significant age gap, but so long as they're both happy and of age and consenting, who are we to determine what's right or wrong? Either way, it seems the Kardashians felt there was potentially more to their relationship than initially speculated. More specifically, as seen in a trailer for an upcoming episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the family decided to invite Addison Rae over for lunch, but they didn't tell Kourtney. Very weird. So Addison pretty much had lunch with her friend's family without her friend being there, so they can more or less interrogate her about her friendship with Kourtney. You heard me right. A bunch of men and women aged 20-something to 60-something, because Kendall and Chris were there as well, all sat around a table and asked a 20-year-old TikTok star a ton of questions in a somewhat aggressive manner. Now, we're not talking like good cop, bad cop, where someone was slamming things on a metal table, but I mean, asking Addison if she's ever been arrested, what her credit score is, or blood type is quite odd if you ask me. In the clip, Addison, who is sitting beside Kim and Khloe, appeared to be quick with her answers and didn't seem all that put off by the situation, but I mean, I won't lie. If I was her, I'd tell them to all just go fly a kite, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. Except for Kendall. And not only because I love her, that's like a big reason why, but also because she was the only one who somewhat defended Addison, telling the rest of the family to relax a little bit. But the clip also shows Khloe straight up asking Addison, I quote, "What the f do you do to Kourtney to make her so happy?" Kim then jumped in and admitted, I quote, "Honestly, at the beginning we were like, wait, are they hooking up?" If it was like that kind of relationship. Then everyone's favorite ex-husband, who is still always on the show for some reason, Scott Disick, tossed in, I quote, "I'm still thinking that," referring to it as the elephant in the room and continuing on saying, I quote, "It's okay if you are, nobody judges." After clearing the air and denying that there's any sort of romantic relationship between the two of them, Addison admitted to the Kardashian clan, I quote, "It's just very weird that that's what the impression was." To which Kim tried to backtrack, saying they only thought that was the case for 2 seconds. And then obviously Scott had to comment, I quote, "I would say like 4, referring to how long they thought the two were potentially in a romantic relationship, like 4 seconds. Now, it's important to note Kourtney has been in a confirmed relationship with Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker. Shout out Blink-182, fantastic band. Saw them live in Toronto. My childhood was just amazing. Anyways, that's irrelevant. And although Addison Rae was on again, off again with Bryce Hall, it seems the two have officially split up. On an episode of the Tom Ward Show, Addison explained that she and David went to surprise Kourtney's 11-year-old son, Mason, and I quote, "Then I kind of just stuck around and we got really close." That's Addison referring to her and Kourtney, not Mason. You guys get it. Now, if you guys want to be honest here, although I'm sure they are friends, there's also a huge business opportunity here for both sides, so that could also be a part of it. From a business perspective, Kourtney and Addison have two completely different groups of fans, more or less, and given their age difference as well as what they're known for doing, with Addison being a TikTok star and Kourtney being a Kardashian, I guess, it's a good way to cross-promote each other's brand. More specifically for Addison, if she's being seen with a Kardashian, which inevitably leads to her now being involved with the whole family, as we can clearly see, it's just going to help her brand even more. I'm not saying that you are using each other for business purposes only, but there is definitely an aspect to that friendship that may have something to do with business, even if it's a very small percent. That being said, to no surprise, Kourtney wasn't all that thrilled when she found out about this lunch, and when she confronted her sisters, Khloe tried to downplay it all. I quote Khloe saying, "You were in such a fantastic mood when you were around Addison that we thought we were being proactive and trying to pick her brain. Like, what do you do? What do you guys talk about? We're not dissing Addison." And Kim added they wanted to, I quote, "check out the vibe and see what she brings out in you." Kourtney said their energy simply aligned, telling her sisters, I quote, "I feel like I have a young heart and an old soul." Now, I don't keep up with the Kardashians. Hey, you get it? Make that joke every time. But I will say this is pretty absurd for a few reasons. First of all, this is a conversation that you should probably have with your sister, not her 20-year-old friend. Second of all, this is a conversation that probably shouldn't be reality TV, especially if you're under the impression there's more to it than what was initially thought. What I'm getting at is, if there even was a romantic relationship between the two, that's a conversation Kourtney should have with her family in private, in confidentiality, and when the time is right, the rest of the world. Same goes for Addison. Just my thoughts on all this, but I'm also very aware this is entertainment, reality TV, and it's quite possible Addison was told what they'd be asking her beforehand. We don't see all the raw recorded footage, so we only see the final cuts and edits. They may have done multiple takes of what we saw, and we would never know. That's all I'm saying, guys. do the exact same thing here. I mess up a lot more than you see. Let us know your thoughts down below. For now, let's do some comment replies from the video. Top 10 entitled YouTubers that need to go away. Anna Volkov said, wow, never been this early. I feel like James Charles should have been higher on this list because he's pretty entitled. Love you, Kenzie, and the team. Hugs all the way from Serbia. I always find it so interesting when people comment from all over the world, like Serbia. I don't know why, I just think like people from Canada and the US and UK watch us, but you guys comment from everywhere, which I think is incredible. So that's awesome. So thank you for watching. In regards to the lists, we don't really, I mean, I'll speak on for me personally. On my list, it's not necessarily like 1's the worst, 10's the best, or vice versa. That you can interchange any of the numbers. I just put them in just however I put them in. Sheb said, Zoe Laverne, am I the only one who had never heard of her before? Like the fact that you haven't, Bob, I didn't know who she was, and then I've done stories on her. I can't really get into details because, you know, I'm on YouTube, but long story short, like she fully kissed someone she shouldn't have when she was 19, and like both sides admitted to it. It was a whole, not even that big of a scandal. Like, I can tell you guys right now, if roles were reversed, probably jail. That's all I'm gonna say. Bookwormed Geek said they feel entitled because they only screwed over other people to get to the top. Unfortunately, and I will say you attract more bees with honey, but it seems to get to the top, some screwing over needs to be done, and it's just the unfortunate reality. Because from what I've learned is like either you screw someone over or they screw you over. So it's like better him than me. I know it's like a very, not a good way to look at life, and I don't screw people over, but the second they screw me over, it's like no holds barred. Let's go, bring out the steel chair, get that cage, Hell in a Cell, baby, let's do it. We'll go full out WWE, put you through the table, no problem. But I won't do that until they do it to me, so, But again, that's why I'm always getting screwed over. Anyways, guys, that's all for this one. I love you so much. I've been your host, Jared Bronstein, and we'll see you soon.